Here's the SAS billing timeline, just so you understand where we came from and where we're going. Google SAS was free of charge through the end of March, and we started billing on April 1st, the beginning of this quarter. The first invoices will be sent at the beginning of July. And then the invoices will be due 30 days after that. Our terms are net 30, and so you'll be paying your invoices by the beginning of August. For those of you, I'm going to give you an overview of both billing options for Google SAS, regardless of what you're on. And then we'll tell you how you got there and how to check what your billing option is. So there are two billing options in Google SAS. The first is for fixed wireless, and then the second is basically everything else. So for fixed wireless, you pay for each CBSD to CPE link, right? Base stations that are only used for CBSD to CBSD are free of charge. So you're paying for each customer link with fixed wireless. It makes sense, it's fixed wireless. For everything else, pricing is based on the CBSD's category, whether it's a Cat A or a Cat B. And you'll want to refer to your contract for the pricing terms that you've agreed to for Cat A and Cat B devices. How you chose this, or what's reflected in your contract, is actually based on what you chose when you were signing up for Google SAS. So you know which billing option applies to you if you remember what you selected here, either fixed wireless or other types of deployments. Based on what you selected there, we've configured your contract and your billing terms based on that. Now, if you're looking at your contract, and now would be a good time to do that, because we need to know before the end of the month if you need to change this. So if you're ahead of the game because you're tuning in for office hours, and we thank you for doing that, do take a moment to check your contract and make sure that that billing type is what you expect. If not, email sas-support@google.com. That's our normal support email address, sas-support@google.com. Email us before the end of the month if you need to change that. And that way we can take care of that for you. Now, even once you know what your billing type is, because you checked your contract and you know what your billing type is, you still have two options once you get into your deployment in terms of how that billing works. In the new SAS Portal UI, which is currently in staging and then coming soon to production, very soon, it's going to look like this. And if you haven't taken a second to check out the new SAS Portal UI, we looked at it last week. I think that video is posted to our YouTube channel. So Spectrum Access System has our own YouTube channel, yay. You'll notice underneath this video there's a subscribe button. If you haven't already clicked the red subscribe button, do that. And then after this video, you can go in and check out some of our videos about other topics. One of those topics is the new SAS Portal UI, and you suggest that you go and take a look at that because that is coming to production soon. If you want to see it live, you can do that via the staging SAS instance. And the screenshot you see here is from the new SAS Portal. And in the new SAS Portal, we show you for each device what is the CBSD category, A or B. And that way you can tell what if you are a non-fixed wireless customer, you'll be able to see what those devices are going to be, what you're going to be charged for those devices. The fixed wireless folks should look here. The radio type is shown in the SAS Portal UI. Where do we get that information? From the FCC ID. So your device's FCC ID means it is either a CPE or a base station. And that is what determines your pricing for fixed wireless. Because again, for fixed wireless, it's $2.25 per link. And the link is to a CPE. If it's base station to base station, that's free of charge. So you can double check that information right in the new SAS Portal UI. I'm going to think. Next slide is that you only pay for the CBSDs that are registered with the SAS each day. So $2.25 per link per month for fixed wireless. We prorate those fees on a daily basis. What does that mean, prorating them? That means that as soon as your device is registered with us for more than 30 minutes, that counts as a day. So if you just turn on a device quickly to check it, don't worry, you're not going to get billed for that. The usage reports are separate from the invoices. So you're going to have access to two bits of information from Google. The first is a usage report. That's going to show you your history and your number of days for each CBSD you have on Google SAS. This time, that's going to be sent to you by Google SAS support via email. So you'll get an email with your usage report for the second quarter of 2020. That information is actually going to be available right in the SAS portal beginning in Q3. So for Q3 billing, that is September, after this current invoicing period, the next invoicing period, we are going to make that usage report available right in the SAS portal. So you'll be able to see it there. But this one, this upcoming usage report, we're going to give to you directly by email. I want to go back and mention something that I forgot to mention before. I mentioned that the fixed wireless pricing is $225. Everything else is in your contract. And if you want to talk with us, there's two. I gave you the email address, which is sas-support@google.com. If you are reviewing your contract and you think that you might actually need different terms, there's another email address you can use for that. So in other words, if your use case, now that you've maybe gotten further along in your business or whatever, is not what you see in your contract, there's a different email address for the business team, and that's cbrs.info@google.com. And I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that 2 slides ago. But again, just to change from fixed wireless to non-fixed wireless, you can use the regular support email. But if you want to actually have a detailed discussion with our business team about how you're using CBRS and what that contract should look like, that's cbrs.info@google.com. 2 different email addresses. Now, getting back to pricing, we talked about the usage report, that history of what your CBSDs were on Google SAS for how many days. Let's talk next about the invoices. The invoices are going to be sent about the same time, beginning of the quarter, so beginning of next month, July. And that will show you the use for the previous quarter. So in other words, you're going to be receiving these invoices by email January, April, July, October, because you love Google SAS and you're going to stay with us. So beginning of each quarter, you're going to get these invoices from Google. Again, the terms are net 30. And the payment will be done via wire transfer to the account information that's shown on the invoice. So when you get the invoice, there'll be some wire transfer information, and you'll just send us the money that way. The Help Center has been updated with all this information. And I'm kind of proud of that because I helped make that happen. So thanks to our Help Center writers and everybody for launching this for us yesterday. Let's go take a look at that. I think if I do this, Control Tab, yes. Here we go. This is the Help Center article for SAS Billing. And you can find it if you go to our Google SAS Help Center. You can also just search for Google SAS Billing and then click this link here about SAS Billing. It hasn't yet propagated up to the search engine, but hopefully if you just search about Google SAS Billing soon, it will filter up and be your top response. But for right now, just Google SAS Help Center. It can be your Google search and then click about SAS Billing. And all of the stuff that I've covered today should be right in this little article. A handy reference for you.